Hello, my name's James Musselwhite, portrait wrestling photographer here from Portrait of a Wrestler, and this is the second in our series of online photo tutorials. This is capturing hardcore, and we're going to take you back to Alexandra Palace, Progress Wrestling at Alexandra Palace, and the hardcore match between Jimmy Havoc and Mark Haskins. The footage you're looking at here is footage from a GoPro that I put on top of my camera, and I completely forgot I had it. I'd set it to record so that you're essentially getting a photographer's view, I suppose, of the action as it unfolds. We're going to hit play here because Jimmy's about to do something really cool. We've got Al here with the video. Rob Braze's just come into shot there with the stills. Jack's the other video guy there, and then Adam here on social media here with the phone. So all five of us around the action as it unfolds. Turning the camera to portrait there to try and get a shot on this on this moment as Jimmy goes through the table, but there was just no light there. I'm shooting on a really long lens, a 100 to 400mm lens. I was too close to the action. It was bad preparation on my part, really, from this. I had no idea what these guys were going to do. It's a Jimmy Havoc match, so you know, essentially anything could happen. So I just had to be sort of, you know, aware of my surroundings, I suppose. And safety first is always a concern. Dale there from the Progress Wrestling documentary just came into shot. I'm trying to get some shots of the carnage really there, but again it's just too dark. We're just far too dark here for me to get any sort of credible exposure at a reasonable shutter speed. So I'm going to fast forward the video now as they sort of make their way back up to the ring, and we'll sort of see where I sort of start to get back into the action. Taking a knee along the aisleway, about 20 feet from the ring at this point. And Mark's about to hit a pinfall here, pinfall attempt that didn't pay off, and you'll see there he just lifts his head above that bottom rope, which will give us this shot here, this frustrated look of anguish here from Mark as he sort of looks across, managing to zoom in really close to the action here to get that expression and all the detail of the sort of blood, the sweat and the tears into his hair. As we go back to the footage now, we'll see Jimmy. He should. Let's see what Jimmy does. Mark's on the offense again. Knee to the head. Jimmy's checking his whereabouts, checking to see if he knows where he is, I presume, at this moment. And I'm still just shooting to try and get a moment. And there, we see Jimmy lay on his back. And what we've got here is camera guys either side of the ring. Mark leaving the ring, and sort of referee Chris Roberts just off to the side here, leaving Jimmy on his own in the middle of the ring. So our next shot was a close-up of Jimmy. So we've got no distractions in the background apart from that one solitary ring rope. And it occurred to me at this point that although the close-up's good, I mean, you can see the detail of what's going on, but it's not really giving us any perspective on the story of everything. And as I zoomed out a little bit, this is zoomed super in about 300mm. I zoomed back out to 100mm and got this shot next, which is Jimmy lying on the canvas in the top third of the picture, you know, just almost, I don't know what to say that wouldn't cause offense to people, but like this sort of like completely beaten man above the Progress logo, just perfectly set where we were there. And it's honestly one of my favourite pictures, I think, of the whole project. It tells the story of, if you know what Jimmy Havoc's about in Progress Wrestling, then you'll know the significance of why I think this image is so important, to me anyway. And that was taken at this moment here. So Mark's now going under the ring to go and find some stuff. We're going to fast forward a little bit now as we go through, because I think he's going to set up some breeze blocks on a chair. Jimmy's super close. I'm getting some shots there of the blood, but he didn't really lift his head up enough for me there to sort of like get any reasonable angle on the shot. The breeze blocks get set up, but I was too far away. We've got a camera guy in the way there, Jack. That's not a problem. Jack and Al, the two video guys, they have super priority over photography. It's the photographer's job to get out of their way, which is why in this instance I chose to sort of shoot on a long lens. I've taken a little walk here. I think I've just started to move around with the action a little bit here. Starting to shoot through heads in the audience to give sort of like a sense of perspective. And then I found my little gap here. And Jimmy's bringing in one of his, I think it's one of my pictures I've taken, to attack Mark's between Mark's fingers with paper cuts. An interesting thing, Jimmy, that it will turn around to portrait here, and we're going to show you those images in a moment. And there's an attack there, and then Jimmy's going to go again here. I apologise for the wonky foot through the mouth. There we go. So we managed to get ourselves quite close on those and quite a low angle in there. Great detail, framing within the ropes, which I like. The expression from Mark is great. We're getting super close so we can see all of the detail, all of the movement, all of the emotion, all of the expression. Beautiful movement of hair here from Mark. And then this lovely shot of Jimmy, just solitary because Mark's fallen to the canvas. We can get this lovely shot of Jimmy just on his own, framed by that ring rope. Nice angle on there. Shot of Mark suffering underneath and then up. Look at that expression from Jimmy. Into the mouth. And then, it's a shame that ring rope's there. It's a real shame. But we eventually move on to this one where I've moved around to a slightly different angle. That should be coming up next. Let's see. Did I move here? I think I've moved here to go slightly further away. Shoot through the crowd. Turn around to portrait, and I think that was the moment there. I think I just had to bring. That's how quick you have to be. I mean, I'm not even sure, but I think that's how quick I had to be. Literally, I've brought the camera up and taken the shot there, and that is the shot that you see there. With the hair moving, Mark's expression, there is stuff. I don't want to get too personal, but there is all sorts of stuff coming out of Mark's mouth in that shot. And I like this perspective of having Chris Roberts here in the foreground, just giving you the referee, the big screen giving you the perspective of a big event and a main event feel, and obviously Rob, the main photographer there from Progress in the background there, making the image. This is probably the first of maybe 3 videos we're going to be doing on this match. I want to keep them fairly short. I hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll try and upload them every week. If you can, like. If you can, subscribe. If you can, share. And if you've enjoyed it, and if you're having a good day, all the very best.